The beautiful city of Lexington, famous as the horse capital of the world, is undoubtedly one of my favorite places to visit in Kentucky. In addition to being America's home of thoroughbreds and horse racing, Lexington is also well known for its music and entertainment scenes. Ranked the third safest city to visit in the USA, Lexington is also filled with numerous other fun things to do, including an endless array of historical, natural, and cultural attractions to explore. So, here's the list of 10 best things to do in Lexington, Kentucky. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming travel videos. Here we go. Number 1. Kentucky Horse Park. The world-famous Kentucky Horse Park lies 10 miles north of Lexington, I-75, exit 120, and is considered one of the top attractions in Kentucky whether you're a horse lover or not. A working horse farm that's open to the public, it offers all kinds of information on horses. If it's your first visit to the Bluegrass State and its deep-rooted love of all things equestrian, the horse park is a good first step in learning about these magnificent creatures and their place in Kentucky's culture and history. You can meet retired racing legends in the Hall of Champions barn, see unique and rare breeds at the Parade of Breeds show, and learn about real horsepower at the draft horse demonstration. Number 2. Keeneland Racecourse. After Churchill Downs in nearby Louisville, the Keeneland Racecourse is undoubtedly Kentucky's most important and prestigious racetrack. At its hallowed grounds, you can watch champion horses and thoroughbreds compete. Exhilarating races and competitions take place in both April and October. Founded back in 1936, it is now a National Historic Landmark with magnificent old grandstands and immaculately manicured grounds lining its oval track. As they pound their way around the course, the horses and their jockeys kick up dust and dirt and create quite a cacophony, which only adds to the exciting atmosphere in its stands. Number 3. Mary Todd Lincoln House. The first lady to the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, was born in what's now the heart of downtown Lexington. Her childhood home has been converted to a museum that offers self-guided tours. Travelers can learn about the house's history, which included a stint as an inn before the Todd family made it their home. The property was eventually sold at a public auction, after which it was used as a grocery store, a boarding house, and even a brothel. You can also learn about the life of the First Lady and her family, which includes their status as slave owners, Mary's life at the White House, and her life after the death of her husband, including her insanity trial. Keep in mind that the museum closes for the winter. Number 4. Ashland, the Henry Clay Estate. Henry Clay is one of the country's most prominent historical figures. Clay was an attorney before he entered politics, where he was the Speaker of the House of Representatives, AUS, Senator, and the Secretary of State to John Quincy Adams. Ashland is Clay's estate, offering tours to visitors who want to explore the grounds and learn about the history of the property and the family that called it home, as well as the people who were enslaved at the estate. At its largest, the Henry Clay Estate included 600 acres, but only 17 acres remain today. Note that tours may not be available during your planned visit. Check the Ashland Estate website to find out what options are available during your trip. Number 5. Lexington Cemetery. The Lexington Cemetery was established as a public burial ground in 1849 and highlights the social, political, military, and environmental history of the community. The cemetery is also a beautiful green space, encompassing more than 170 acres of land. A walking tour, with labeled metal plates, allows visitors to learn about the many types of trees in the cemetery. Bird watchers often visit, as the peaceful environment lends to rare sightings. On the last Monday in May, the cemetery hosts a Memorial Day observance with a symbolic service, and anyone looking to pay their respects is encouraged to attend. Number 6. The Arboretum State Botanical Garden of Kentucky. The Arboretum State Botanical Garden of Kentucky is a beautiful green space maintained by the University of Kentucky's College of Agriculture. Spread across 100 acres, it's here you'll explore a varied landscape that includes botanical gardens, numerous species of trees, and a children's garden where kids can learn and actively participate in food gardening. Among the various gardens are areas dedicated to specific plant species and uses, including the pollinator garden, herb garden, and a witch hazel dell. There is also a beautiful rose garden that memorializes the victims of Flight 5191 and a fragrance garden. The park's springs and ponds are fed by an underground aquatic system that is the result of the area's karst geology. The Blue Hole is named for its color, while the Boils is known for its geyser-like action that makes the water appear to be boiling. Number 7. Raven Run Nature Sanctuary. The Raven Run Nature Sanctuary is one of the best things to do in Lexington, especially for nature lovers. What's more, it's free to access. The 734-acre woodland preserve boasts 7 hiking trails that span more than 10 miles, along with several points of interest, including an overlook of the Kentucky River, the site of a historic grist mill, the headstone of a 19th-century inhabitant of the area, and the Prather Homestead, where the family that owned much of the preserve in the early 1800s lived. The sanctuary is also home to a native plant garden where visitors can learn about local flora and fauna. Plus, the sanctuary offers different programs throughout the year for children and families, such as the Owl Prowl, the Salamander Search, and the Woodcock Walk. Number 8. Rupp Arena. For fast-paced sports and thrilling shows, Rupp Arena is definitely the place to go. Located in the heart of downtown, it's the home court of the Kentucky Wildcats, one of the most successful college basketball teams in the country. Named after legendary coach Adolph Rupp, the multi-purpose arena opened in 1976 and is in the Central Bank Center. Aside from watching action-packed basketball games at the atmospheric venue, you can also enjoy concerts and epic events that it hosts over the course of the year. Besides big names such as Paul McCartney, Taylor Swift, and Guns N' Roses, the arena also puts on exciting WWE shows, circus acts, and family-friendly holiday spectacles. Number 9. Aviation Museum of Kentucky. On the edge of the city's Bluegrass Airport is the outstanding Aviation Museum of Kentucky, containing a huge collection of historic airplanes and aircraft-related artifacts. In addition, it has interactive exhibits and displays on the history, evolution, and future of the aviation industry. Founded in 1995, it covers an enormous area with vintage biplanes, attack helicopters, jets, and strategic bombers. Besides all its civilian and military aircraft, you can also see photos and clips of planes with models and memorabilia alongside old engines and equipment. At the museum, visitors can watch planes land and take off from the adjacent airport, try out a fun flight simulator, and stop by the Kentucky Aviation Hall of Fame. Number 10. The Kentucky Theater. If you're a movie buff, the Kentucky Theater is a must-see. The historic theater originally opened 100 years ago, in 1922. It received its first substantial renovations in the 1950s, including a new marquee and the addition of shag carpet, then was closed for 5 years after a fire in 1987. While the theater will screen current films, it'll also retain programs loved by the local community, such as midnight showings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Summer Classics movie series, and additional events. Keep an eye on the progress toward reopening the theater if you're interested in visiting. Number 11. Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. The Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company was founded in 1999 and provides a long list of craft beers, malt beverages, spirits, and whiskeys. A tour of the brewery and distillery takes you through the brewing and distilling processes and includes 4 tasting tokens that you can use to sample some of the products you see. It's also the only location on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail where you can sample both beer and bourbon at the same time. After the tour is finished, you can spend some time in the beer garden relaxing with a pint. If you decide to take something home from the shop, be sure to check out some recipes on the company's website. Number 12. Mill Ridge Farm. Set on the southwestern outskirts of the city are the pristine paddocks and breeding sheds of Mill Ridge Farm. Located near the iconic Keeneland racecourse, it is renowned for both raising and selling some of the best thoroughbred racehorses in the world. Since being founded in 1962, it has produced a phenomenal number of title-winning horses, with 36 Grade 1 winners bred, raised, and trained at the farm since 2000. Over the years, its majestic thoroughbreds have not only won the Kentucky Derby, Bluegrass Stakes, and Santa Anita Derby, but the coveted Horse of the Year title, too. On tours of the property, you can learn about Mill Ridge's rich history of horse rearing and handling before feeding and playing with mamas and their cute young foals. Overnight boarding at the farm is also on offer. The last word. So, guys, this was the best list of things to do in Lexington, Kentucky. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to this city are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. Known as the horse capital of the world, Lexington lies in the heart of the bluegrass region of Kentucky. While many of its main tourist attractions relate to horse breeding, rearing, and racing, it also acts as an important economic and cultural center. Due to its attractive architecture, influential public figures, and prestigious university, the city has also often been called the Athens of the West. So, if you love to travel and you want to see the whole world, then Tripoyer is the channel that gives you a list of the best places to visit in the USA. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icons for the latest upcoming travel videos. Bye bye, see you.